Hi, Joseph. This is Rebecca with your Assignment 1 critique. I really love these images that you chose to use for this assignment, and I think you did a really great job changing the context in both images, so great job. This first image of your mom is really lovely, and you did a fantastic job at hand coloring. I know that that's not easy to do, so great job on your first time doing this. This week, I think you got to watch a video about selecting fine detail, and it showed a lady trying to select dog fur on a golden Labrador. So I think that would be helpful with selecting this hair for your mom, the edge of this hair here. So I recommend going back in and giving that another try, and because what'll happen is this background sunshine is going to be able to come through these curls right here, and it's going to look great. So it'll really just make this image feel almost more realistic. And I know that you weren't necessarily going for that, but you admitted it was because you're not really sure how. So I'm trying to help you out there. And I don't expect you to have already done that because we didn't learn that when you made this assignment. But I like to tell everybody how to take the next step. So the other thing that could be worked on is the image of her. There's no rich dark blacks in this image. And so, but there is dark blacks in this image behind her. So she looks a little washed out, and your eye, the eye of the viewer, keeps getting pulled back to this bright sunshine back here because it's very contrasty. And we don't want that because that's not necessarily the subject of this image. So I recommend using your levels adjustment layer and sliding the black slider over to the right to pull out some blacks in the shadows of her hair and even in her mouth here in this next to her collar here, maybe even in her eyeliner or eyelashes and places like that. And then if the image of her starts getting too dark, then you can pull the white slider over to the left and bring out the white some more too. But you might not have to. It's a pretty light image to start, so maybe just doing the blacks will be enough. But you'll notice that she'll start to be a lot more three-dimensional, and the focus will be more on her than on the background. So great start here. Good idea to add the sunset in the background, and I think that the context was successfully changed. This image, you did a great job. I love that you did finish this box down here for his hose. You mentioned you realized you could have just cropped it out, which yeah, you could have, but then you would have to fix this shoe or something. So something would have had to get fixed. I think that he's a really good scale for where he's standing in the image. So good job there, because that's not always the easiest thing to determine. And you did a great job hand coloring him. I forgot that he was a black and white image to start. So good job. You tricked me. The other thing is, so there is a shadow coming off of this curb right here, but there's no shadow under this box. So I recommend adding a bit of a shadow. You can see that this person's shadow is coming this direction. These people, their shadows are stretching this way. So the sun is coming from over here in this direction, and it could just be a light little shadow right there, so that the box looks more grounded and not kind of floating. And then you could even, if you wanted to, stretch a shadow from him and take it behind there, but I don't think it's necessary because it's obviously a little foggy or cloudy that day because the shadows aren't very contrasty. The other thing is the depth of field, like where he's standing, is soft. It's called bokeh, but he's very sharp. So I recommend blurring him out a little bit, and it'll actually make him blend in even more and be even more sneaky. So I'm trying to figure out in this picture what the focal point was supposed to be. It's such a strange picture. So I'm like, are they taking a picture of Stewie? Or are they taking a picture of this guy? Is it her? Because these things are all kind of in focus, but it's obviously just a quick snapshot. However, this guy over here is already soft. These people in the background are soft. So he's going to be soft as well. So there's a blur tool that you can use, and you just brush it over him and soften him up until you get the desired blurriness that you like. So other than that, I mean, you did a great job getting him in there, and this was an awesome first attempt. I think that you're doing a great job. So just keep up the good ideas and keep up the hard work.